What happened after the missile waves wasn't immediately visible, not on the ground, and not even in the sky. But inside Israel's defense systems, something began to change. For the first time in years, the question is no longer, can they stop it? But how long can they keep doing it? Because modern air defense isn't just about stopping incoming threats. It's about endurance. Every interception takes time. It consumes resources, and it depends on capacity. And that capacity is not unlimited. And there's one factor, rarely discussed, that could determine how this plays out. We'll come back to that. Israel's defense network isn't a single system. It's layered: Iron Dome, David's Sling, and the Arrow system. Each one is designed for a specific type of threat: short-range rockets, medium-range missiles, long-range ballistic attacks. Individually, they are highly effective, but together, they have to operate as one. And this is where the pressure begins. Because Iran's strategy is not built around a single strike, it's built around waves, layered, coordinated, and precisely timed. Each wave forces a decision. Which target is intercepted first? Which one is delayed? And which one is allowed through? Because under this level of pressure, not everything can be stopped. This is no longer just interception. This is real-time decision-making under stress. Decisions made in seconds, under constantly changing conditions, where even a small delay can create an opening. And this is how systems begin to shift. Not suddenly, but gradually. Under sustained pressure, even the most advanced defenses start to stretch. And that hidden factor we mentioned earlier, it's not speed, it's not range, it's interceptors. Every defensive action comes at a cost. Every launch uses a finite resource, and under repeated waves, those resources begin to run down. This creates a dangerous dynamic. The longer the pressure continues, the more difficult each interception becomes. Not because the system is failing, but because it's being pushed beyond its optimal limits. And when a system is stretched, it doesn't collapse all at once. It degrades slowly, quietly, until small gaps begin to appear. And in modern warfare, small gaps are all it takes.
Whoa. 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 Papa. Whoa.
Because a single breakthrough can have consequences far beyond the immediate strike. It changes confidence, it changes strategy, and it reshapes what happens next. And this is why the world is watching. Because this isn't just about one country. What's happening here is being closely studied by military planners, by defense analysts, and by nations preparing for the future of warfare. Because if one of the most advanced air defense networks in the world can be pushed to this level, then the implications extend far beyond this conflict. Because once a system is pushed beyond its optimal conditions, its behavior begins to change. Not instantly, but progressively. Response patterns become more compressed. Decision windows become shorter, and the margin for error begins to shrink. And in this environment, even advanced systems are forced into constant prioritization, not based on perfection, but based on urgency. What is most critical, what is most immediate, what cannot be ignored. But urgency itself creates pressure, because prioritization means trade-offs, and trade-offs mean exposure. And exposure is where vulnerabilities begin to appear. This is why sustained pressure is so significant. Not because it guarantees breakdown, and now the question changes. Not who strikes first, but who can endure under sustained pressure. Because the next phase of this conflict may not be about missiles at all, but something harder to detect and far more difficult to stop. And when that happens, the balance could shift again.
כן, כן. רגע, איתמר, שנייה. רגע. אדוני השר. רגע, תנו לנו צלם בבקשה. חבר'ה, תנו רגע תקשורת. גם.